Not only did Audrey's position in young Sheldon and Georgie and Mandy's first marriage show how her inflexibility made her enemies, but two of her relationships were particularly tense. The fact that Audrey was so antagonistic toward Georgie and Mandy's relationship, as well as Mandy's ideals, and that she was so ungrateful to Georgie, who did his best to fit in with the family, established Audrey as the villain in Georgie and Mandy's first marriage. Despite her harsh criticisms of Mandy, Audrey's most contentious relationship had always been with Georgie, whom she blamed for Mandy's demise. In both the first and second episodes of Georgie and Mandy's first marriage and young Sheldon, Audrey's blind spot toward Georgie kept popping up. After constantly making fun of Georgie and critiquing his speech and outlook on life, Audrey was certain that she would have skipped Cece's birth. In young Sheldon, the first episode of Georgie and Mandy's first marriage ended with them being courteous. But in the second episode, Georgie's stress caused him to lash out at Audrey in particular. However, a new variable, Mandy's big credit card problem, broke a ceasefire between Audrey and Georgie. Even though Georgie's new credit card served as the catalyst for the plot of episode 3 of First Marriage, Mandy's major secret was the showstopper. Mandy's massive credit card debt not only altered the dynamic between Georgie and Mandy, but also provided a welcome source of comedic relief in episode 3 of Georgie and Mandy's first marriage, particularly after Georgie questioned Mandy's ex-boyfriend about the money. Georgie did see Mandy for who she really was after discovering her secret, rather than the idealized version of Mandy that existed only in his imagination. Similarly, this altered the relationship between Georgie and Audrey. Season 1, Episode 3 of Georgie and Mandy's first marriage caught everyone by surprise, but Georgie still did the right thing by granting Mandy the assistance she needed to pay off her debt. In light of this, Georgie suggested that they utilize Jim's tow truck to rescue stuck cars. Audrey wholeheartedly agreed, finding the idea both practical and intelligent. It had never occurred to her before, but Audrey publicly praised Georgie for one of his ideas. Because of this, the two rivals instinctively agreed to put their differences aside and work together to improve the company and aid Mandy. In the third episode of Georgie and Mandy's first marriage, Audrey finally saw the positive aspects of Georgie after a lengthy period of fighting with her. Their shared desire to make money brought them closer together. In fact, they even agreed to carry out Audrey's sarcastic plan of nail dropping on Main Street in the hopes that passersby would require the tow truck and contact Georgie. However, the ceasefire between Georgie and Audrey won't last forever. Audrey still sees many of the same traits in Georgie that she opposed, and Georgie's commercial skill is unmatched. No matter who is to blame, Audrey's exploding excitement at the prospect of Mandy and Georgie's breakup or Mandy herself. The inevitable result is another quarrel between the two. Finding common ground with Georgie doesn't undo months of underhanded attacks on him. After all, in addition to the fact that Audrey will not accept responsibility for her hurtful remarks, their next argument will undoubtedly take place soon, destroying the fragile truce that the McAllisters had achieved in the third episode of Georgie and Mandy's first marriage.